Hey,
Morning.
good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday to yous.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, you guys doing all right?
Doing great. God truly being God, man. I love that. I don't have to worry about him.
Yeah, that's all
Hey,
right.
listen.
Raj, you told us this morning you're on mountain time. That means it's about
Um,
6:30.
yes, sir. It's
Mercy.
6:30 in the morning here.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mountain time.
yeah. We are out and about a little bit, visiting some summer camp here
Okay.
in South Dakota.
Mercy, South Dakota. I didn't even know that's
Yeah.
where you were.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. All right. So, guys, we're doing our promo this morning for this coming week. Just before we jump into that, let's kind of debrief last week.
Oh,
We had a wonderful show last week. Roger, tell us a little bit about it. What'd you think?
man, listen. I enjoyed it so much that Saturday evening. I sat down and looked at the whole show again.
So did I.
And it wasn't like I didn't know what was coming, what was going to be said. I dropped the napkin. I was eating at the time. I dropped the napkin when things were dropped, and it was like, whoa! It was powerful. It was a powerful show.
Yeah. I thought it was really good, especially when they talked about the influence, when they really dug deep into the influence of social media on society and how that's going to impact us during COVID. Well, how it has impacted us during COVID-19, and then even coming out of, by the grace of God, COVID-19. How's that going to shape the church? What's the church going to look like?
Wow. Yeah.
When we say the church, and how are we going to deal with this? We're getting back into the building, but yet we're still having this social media presence. What's the balance? And I kind of like that conversation, and it just triggered my mind. I mean, we should probably have a show on what will it look like?
Yeah.
What will it look like?
Right. So listen. If you, go ahead, Roger.
No, I wouldn't say we're going to have to wait on that one, because if we don't know what it looks like, we wouldn't know how to have the show.
Well, listen, if you missed last week's show on Advent and social media influencers, we want you to know you can go to our YouTube channel and you can watch that one again. It was an awesome show. Good information coming from a lot of the great social media influencers that we have in the church. Now, we didn't have all of them on there because there's lots of them. After that particular program, I was just paying attention to so many others who are out there who are really doing really great stuff. But go ahead and drop by the Pastors Roundtable YouTube channel. Sometime by at least by this afternoon, we should have a static address to that YouTube channel that we're going to put out on the on the Facebook page and in the Facebook group. We also want to encourage you guys to join the Pastors Roundtable group. There's a lot of you are already following the Pastors Roundtable page, but in the Pastors Roundtable group, there's a lot more discussion, a lot more interaction that Facebook allows in the group setting. So we want to encourage you to go ahead and join the group. And if you have not subscribed to the Pastors Roundtable page, Pastors Roundtable YouTube channel, we want you to go ahead and subscribe to the Pastors Roundtable YouTube channel.
Well, we've also added our IG. We're also on Instagram and on Twitter.
What?
So the past
Wow, we are expanding here.
trying to
Come
cover
on.
all bases,
And
making
listen,
sure that the information gets out and everyone is resourced.
I didn't even
we
know the
want
Twitter
to
was
thank
up
our
yet.
viewers because we have passed the 100 subscribers list. So
Yay.
we want to thank you so much for doing that for us. That's going to give us more flexibility to do some different things. So we praise God for you.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right, so there's a couple things going on this weekend, gentlemen, all around the contiguous and incontiguous 50 states. We've got the 4th of July. It is the Independence Weekend all around the United States. But here on the Pastors Roundtable, we've got what going on?
Fireworks.
Fireworks. Fireworks. I like it.
Let's light it. Let's light it up.
Light it up. That's right.
We are actually going.
We decided that we were going to use the 4th of July platform to really delve into an issue that has been gnawing at the feet of part of our society, of who we are. And so we have titled the show Black Lives Matter.
That's right.
We have some guests coming from California.
Both of them from California. We're going to the left coast this time. All right.
That's right. The first guest that we have coming, doing an awesome thing with his church at the Mount Rubidoux Church, Pastor Michael Kelly.
Wow.
And he's going to talk about a project that his church is doing to support people from our community. And so we are excited to have him. And there's another guest coming. Tell us about the other guests.
The other guest is also on the front lines. He's well known in the social media world, or the media world. Wrote some books. Have a training ministry out there, training people to share the gospel. And speaking none other than Pastor Ivor Myers.
Wow.
Who has been on the front lines of laying it down for God.
Yeah, this is going to be good stuff. Ivor Myers and Michael Kelly on the same show, y'all. This is going to be, like you said, maybe some fireworks going on there. We're excited about the perspective that each of these gentlemen, each of these pastors, each of these men of God bring to the table when it comes to addressing this issue. If you've been following, you have to be almost been a hermit or locked away not to have been following anything concerning Black Lives Matter these days. And one of the things that we want to talk about is the distinction, or if there is a distinction, between the official movement or organization rather, and the concept. Now, we were talking a little bit about that before we started today. There is a organization called Black Lives Matter, but I think for a lot of people, they're focused more on the concept of Black Lives Mattering than necessarily the organization. And so maybe we might spend a little time kind of deciphering a little bit between the two. But in the end, it's going to be I think it's going to be fun talking about this. I've got a lot of friends, guys, and I've seen a lot of social media posts where that there are people in our spheres of influence who have a hard time saying Black Lives Matter.
Oh my! There are folks I know that I've been told that they are they're canceling their subscription to publications that even print the words Black Lives Matters, and they're willing to. I kind of call it cut your nose off to spite your face kind of situation.
Okay.
They want to make it a sense of this is the line that I'm drawing, and I'm not crossing over it. And I believe that they're not really getting the whole picture. So hopefully this weekend, as we delve into it, not only will our guests give their perspective and their reasoning as to how they're connected to that statement or that sentiment, maybe we'll be able to talk a little bit about what it means, man. What it means.
Gotta say hello to my schoolmate there, Melvin Hayden III. He says, wow, hey, men of God, this is Trey. This is awesome. I love you three guys. Stay strong, keep the faith.
Shout out to Bell Tower Ministries.
Bell Tower Ministries, that's right. My freshman year, 1991. I think they started that maybe the year before. But yeah, that was just a huge part of my Oakwood experience back in the day, was Bell Tower Ministries.
In fact, let me just say something, a little shout out to Trey. My first year of college, I went to another Adventist school, which will be nameless. And Trey happened to be there. And he's the one that really encouraged me to go on down to Oakwood. And so I went down to Oakwood for the last 3 years, or for the remaining of the 3 years of my college experience. So thank you, Trey, or awesome. Pastor Hayden. Thank you, Pastor Hayden. For your counsel and advice. Listen, I am looking forward to this show. I think it's going to be an eye-opener. I think it's going to be educational. One thing I like about the Pastors Round Table, it's informative. I mean, it's informative. We're getting some good information.
Yeah, it's informative for us. We're not talking about y'all. We're talking about for us that we learn a whole lot of good stuff.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, it gets me thinking, and I'm like, really? I didn't think about that, but it is an awesome experience.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And just a word, I know we're talking about this week, what's going to happen this week, but I just want to share something about last week. Remember, last week we got the perspectives not only from pastors, but we got a perspective also from the laity. We had one person, Sandra, from Australia, that gave us a perspective on how her social media ministry is doing. And so at the Pastors Roundtable, it's not just pastors' content. We're talking about everybody. Everybody's at the table. We're just talking, sharing ideas. And by the grace of God, these ideas will inspire us to do ministry.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I'm excited, man. We've been working. For those of you, we spend some time during the week, every week, just kind of planning ahead and trying to put some things in place. I'm excited not just about this weekend, but about the rest of July. The rest of July is looking pretty exciting as well. Anybody want to throw any bones out there?
After Black Lives Matter, after we wade into this topic, we have set aside the rest of July to talk about being church. Oh my goodness, that's. I'm gonna just drop that. We're gonna talk about
say it again, Pastor Wade.
Being church. They always talk about the fact that the building is closed, but the church is still open.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about what it takes to be being church, and we have some good guests lined up. Some guests from far and wide, guests from all walks of lives, from the organized church, from laity, involved in sharing with us what it's like to be the church.
Yeah, and I want them to know, Roger, how much effort we put into coming, because we started off talking about doing church, that was going to kind of be the theme, because we wanted to kind of look at how we were going to be doing church going forward. And we wrestled that thing down. So we don't want to just talk about doing church, the mechanics of that the concept of being church kind of emerged from the hours that we wrestled with topics and guests and all of that. And so that's our desire here at the Pastors Roundtable, is that we move in the direction of stopping worrying so much about how we do stuff, and we focus on being that stuff that we're talking about.
Want to keep it real?
Yes, sir.
Relevant and resource.
We keep saying that.
Listen, guys, let's not jump too far ahead, because we still got to get through Black Lives Matters.
That's right.
So listen, join us this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. We have folks following us from Africa. Wow. They get on. Obviously, they're up late to hear Pastors Roundtable. So we just want you to know that we appreciate what the exercise you take to be a part of our live listening audience. And so on this Saturday, Black Lives Matter. Bring your questions. Put them in the chat. You can even put them in the chat now if you want us to deal with some things. If you want to start the dialogue now, let's start it now.
Come on now.
Wait for Saturday.
What?
We can do it now.
That's right.
You don't have to wait for Jesus to come to shout. We can shout now.
Yeah, because
He's trying to preach early in the morning, 6:30. All right. Hey, Denise Stokes, we see you there. We're looking forward to having you with us as well on this coming Sabbath. Yes. It's just a blessing to have you a part of our audience. So thank you, and God bless you so much. All right.
Alrighty.
So we out, guys?
Yeah, let's get to work.
Remember, Sabbath, come. Listen to our program. We are going to be talking about an all-important topic that's going to change. I believe it's going to change our lives.
Hey,
I believe this topic is going to change our lives. I believe it. It's going to happen.
Hey, I'm gonna throw the elephant out there. Can I throw the Are we going to talk about regional and state conferences and all that stuff?
Black Lives Matter. That's what I'm on.
All right.
Come and
see. It's going to be some fireworks. God bless you guys. We will see you on Sabbath afternoon at 4 p.m.
8 day and see you at
3 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. 4 p.m. Eastern. And
3 Central.
Yeah. And 1 Pacific for those of you that are on the left coast. God bless you guys. We're out.